Hello guys, welcome back to a new video, and we're just gonna get right into it. And guess what? We're gonna start with a war. This Green Nations invades this Gold Nation as they would quickly take large pieces of territory as they would begin to push out into a spearhead, but they would be stopped as the Gold armies would mobilize and would face massive pushbacks as the Gold armies would have the home advantage, and this being mountains. As the Gold armies would push to Green border territory, as they would push into their core territory, pushing down, surrounding these troops, causing a massive defeat for them. But the Green team would have a trick up their sleeve, as they would do the same thing but encircling thousands of more enemy troops, as they would put heavy pressure on them, as they would withdraw from their territory and would eventually be destroyed, as they would now continue to take large victories in this war. As the Orange team would also begin to make victories as again. And eventually, after the Orange team made a lot of advances, they would decide on a peace treaty. A peace treaty. A peace treaty. Welcome back, guys. I just made the peace treaty and they just simply gained these territories. Let's look at the province map now and quickly change that. They gain these provinces. Yep, that looks a very nice border. Yes, the Gold team would be like, we need to make some reforms, and they would do that. Exactly. They would exactly do that. And yeah. So, what are we gonna do now? What are we going to do now? Well, revolution. This nation declares independence, as the Brown team would be like, really? Really? As they, being the Brown team, being unstable, it's just blunt a counter attack, as they would quickly take large pieces of territory. But the Red team would be like, wait, if they lose this, we could gain influence over this, and like become really powerful and have two allies to our south. So they would begin to support them. And yeah, they would actually join the war actually join the war, as they would take this island and would actually make landings in these territories. And blockade the Brown, forcing them. Yep, and they would also be kicked out of Pink territory entirely with the aid of the Red, as they would begin to push into Brown territory, cutting them in half. and the brown team would accept to a peace treaty. Peace treaty! Okay, here's the peace treaty. They get independence. Red team gets this. Cyprus. And also, the Cyan team annexes these territories without any resistance from the brown team. Brown team's really on the decline. Yeah. But look at this puppet that red team has. It's crazy how red team gains this. Even though pink team does want it. They would claim it if red team didn't help them. Yeah. So now red team has 2 allies here. So yeah, that's nice. It's like a circle. Well, a triangle? Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, something super surprising is about to happen. Like super surprising. Red team invades the green team and like takes a bunch of territory in a short amount of time and threatens their capital city. But then the green team mobilizes their army and pushes back significantly, but nowhere enough, as they would begin to be pushed back again, as the red team would mobilize more soldiers. And blue team would start an invasion of the red team, taking large pieces of territory as well, as this would be a surprise attack, as the green team and the blue team has an alliance, as they would help the green team kick out soldiers from the north, as this would cause a huge breakthrough for the green team, as they would have to reorganize their troops all across the front line, as this would be like a major defeat for them. As the 2 allies would begin to push together. Eventually, in the Italian peninsula, red troops would be entirely pushed out from their land, and they would begin pushes into, Italian peninsula, taking large population centers, as they would begin to invade their islands. The red team would realize, we did not expect that. And the blue team would also invade into their puppet, quickly capturing their capital. As the purple team would be like, if you give me their puppet and my old territories back, I join. And they agree. So, yeah. Purple team joins. And, the puppet quickly follows. The blue team gives them the capital city. And, the red team gets pushed back on all fronts. Red team will be like, yo, this isn't cool. But then the brown team would also join, as they would begin an invasion of Sicily. They would quickly capture the island, pushing into the southern Italian peninsula, as they would also begin invasions of the Pink Team, this new country recently established, as they would make huge progress, but then eventually would get stalemated. But they would continue to capture Red Islands, as the Red troops are unorganized and all over the place, overstretched, as they would actually manage to make landings into Cyprus, which is heavily defended, and would also make landings over here. Like, yeah. Green Team would finish capturing Sardinia, as they, with the Brown Team, would entirely capture the Italian peninsula. As the Brown Team, once again, will begin multiple naval invasions, with revenge in the people's heart of the Brown Team, as thousands of their citizens would join the army for revenge and reconquest of their territories. Yeah. Green Team would say, nope, I'm sorry, nope, no. This would probably make the Gold Team join, try to take my territory, and I don't want to open up a front with the Purple Team and send troops down here. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, no. Anyways, Red Team troops would entirely be kicked out of there. Would have to leave that. And yeah, this isn't going too well for them, as all the allies would connect up in the Balkans, except for you, but yeah. The Purple Team would continue their advancements, also having revenge, as they would conquer all their territories that they used to have. Yeah. The Red Team would sit down and say, peace? And they say, on our terms. Oh, okay. Peace. Oh my god. Anyways, okay. Here's the peace treaty. The Red Team gets annihilated. These two countries are released. They lose all these territories here. They lose all the Italian peninsula. All their islands. Wait, I forgot Cyprus. Don't think they keep Cyprus, do you? They don't get to keep Cyprus. That was an oopsies on my part. The Pink Team loses minor territory because they weren't that involved. Purple Team gains all their old territory. And some. And yeah. The Green Team is now the most dominant power. The strongest country that this world have ever seen. But it is starting to crack, as it seems like everybody on this side everybody on this side of this line doesn't want to be a part of this empire. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what happens there, but before we leave, guess what? The now victorious Brown Team is going to expand south to just celebrate their victory, you know? how you expand territory to celebrate your victory after already expanding territory. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video, except for like just some expansion into territories like this. Also, goods from here is being traded all the way here like this. Yeah, like that. So yeah, that's the end of today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.